Hello and welcome back to Football Manager, and as you can see, we have finally made it to the FA Cup first round, the biggest day of a non-league season, if you're good enough. And we're playing Gillingham. Now, Gillingham are a team who are doing fairly well in the football, in League One, only a point outside the playoffs, but given a win could see them go up to third. Yeah, it's very tight at the top of the table, except for Hull, who are just clear winners this season. There's no question about it. They're going up as champions. And it's sort of the same at the bottom that Accrington and Stanley are going to be going down. There's almost no question about that either. But we're hopeful, obviously, for a win in today's game because we're on a somewhat good run of form, I have to say, given that we've only lost one game and it was to Harrogate Town in the last season, to be fair. Only one loss in the entire season. That's not bad. We're top of the Vanarama National, only by a point, mind you, but we've got a better record than Chesterfield in terms of wins to draws and all that sort of thing. They haven't actually lost yet, Chesterfield, but we play them next month in December for the Boxing Day fixture, because we actually drew with them earlier on in the season 2-2. So obviously we're going to try and beat them on the return, but no guarantee, of course. So let's go forward for today's game. There's no outstanding matches I can see here. There's no, as far as I'm aware at least, big rivalry matches. I mean, I could obviously be wrong. I'm not too sure. I don't really follow that many rivalries. I mean, maybe York and Rotherham are a rivalry because they're fairly close together, but I'm not too sure, if I'm honest with you. I'm not. So let's just go into the game today and try and get a win. That's literally all I'm hoping for, is trying to get a win for obvious reasons. And we've got a fairly strong team to do it with, I think. But this is obviously still going to be very difficult given the calibre of opposition we're up against. We're still playing positive, as you can see on the left, and I think we should do, maybe not well, but definitely we should do okay. So, let's see what happens. The Gillingham side today is Jonathan Mitchell in goal, Ryan Jackson, Jack Tucker, Angus MacDonald, Josh Ruffles, Robbie McKenzie, Stuart O'Keefe, Lloyd Isgrove, Dominic Samuel and Vidane Oliver, with Kyle Dempsey as captain, whilst their substitutes are Joe Walsh. We have Romani Medford Smith, a Icelandic player I'm not even going to attempt the pronunciation of the name of, James Norwood, Alex MacDonald, Christian Magoma and Ferend Rawson, whilst Halifax Town have Matt Jones in goal, Daniel Oyagoki in right back, Alex Kirk and Agbontohoma in centre back with Terenzi at left back, Paris Magoma and Jack Earing in the centre of the midfield, with Eddie Carrington at right wing, Tyrone O'Neill at left wing, Max Robson as a centre attack midfielder just behind Ryan Hillier. Whilst on the bench we have George Nugent, Niall Mayer, Adam Civita, Tom Bradbury, Leo Gaia, Elton Baggett and Oddy Alpha, with the referee Andy Woolmer. I know I'd make a mistake going through that, I know I would. Let's just say that with the underdogs, let's give the fans a performance to cheer for. Let's skip this. We don't need to see them coming out of the dressing rooms. And so far so good. We haven't conceded in the first 5 minutes. I'm not expecting a victory today because Gillingham are League One opposition. They're going to be difficult opposition regardless. So we need to take care in this match. Agbontohoma, the free kick to Terenzi, then Earing back to Terenzi again. Terenzi now being closed down but passed it back to Agbontohoma. Now Earing with the ball to Robson. Robson looking up. Plays the ball out wide looking for Carrington. Touches it down inside the box. Pass looking for a pass across, but it's cleared very successfully away. And now Gillingham have a counter-attack going with Dominic Samuel, who shoots from range but thankfully well wide of the post. Also, if you can't quite tell, I think I'm developing a cold of sorts. I've got a banged up nose and I think I'm possibly going to sound a bit nasally today. So if I do, I apologise. But this video it needed to be recorded as soon as possible. as I'm not going to be able to record much next week, I don't think. So I need to get these videos out quick as possible prior to next week, of course. So, at half time, 0-0 is a by far acceptable result. No question about it, I would take this result hands down. And I'm going to outstretch my arms and say I've been very happy. But I'm actually going to say play without pressure, because it might see them improve in the second half. It might see them go forward a bit more with a bit more urgency, with no pressure, and they know that if they don't do well, it isn't that big of a deal. But yeah, we've done well. We haven't conceded after 60 minutes of football. Very impressive. So far, the only players that aren't doing well are arguably two of our better players, Tyrone O'Neill, who I'm going to be bringing off right now for Leo Gaia, and Ryan Hillier, who I just realised I can't bring on in place of him. So Ollie Alpha instead will be going in at left wing, and Leo Gaia will be going up front as a poacher. And I think that's probably the best option we've got, bringing on players to start with. We're probably going to actually have to bring on George Nugent in a minute, because the midfield is not doing as well as they could be, and arguably we need to improve it. But by the look of things, we're going to get a replay. With 10 minutes left to play, I'm actually going to make the final change now, and it's going to be Paris Magoma coming off for George Nugent to play as the centre midfield on an attack-minded role, trying to get the ball up there a bit faster. Gillingham have got the ball in our box, but thankfully Terenzi clears it with a very well hit header out for a throw. And by the looks of things, with just 5 minutes left to play, no team is going to get that final opportunity and win this. Corner kick from Gillingham, headed away by Agbontohoma, chased down by O'Keefe now. Gillingham with the ball, looking for a ball back into the box, but again headed away by Agbontohoma. This time Earring takes it down very successfully, and a counter-attack looks like it's brewing. Ollie Alpha now with the ball on the left wing, looking to get inside to get across, and does so. Passes it to Earring, very poorly I must admit, but doesn't matter. Terenzi now Earring again. Robson to Nugent. Nugent forward to Robson again, who shoots just wide. That was probably the best chance of the entire match that Halifax have had. And as you can see, that second half team talk clearly did something. Because not only did we have 11 shots from the half time of 2, we actually went on to do better in terms of XG. And I'm going to outstretch my arms and praise the entire team for keeping a clean sheet against League One opposition in terms of Gillingham, which is very impressive. Now, it says criticise. I don't think it really is criticise, because what it really is that you're saying you've made a few mistakes, but I believe in you. That's not really criticising him, in my opinion at least. And according to this, we're now playing them in 2 weeks' time in a replay. So, what I'm going to do, instead of showing you the Boreham Wood game, I'm actually going to skip ahead straight to the Gillingham FA Cup game. So, until next time, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.